The only one I ever got platinum on was Transistor, a game called Transistor.
Bastion by the same company?
Yeah, and they're making a new one, Pyre. I never played that one, though. I never got to play that one.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before. Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
I know what it's like, jumping out of the cryopod and into the fire.
You've had it far worse. My condolences.
And just Dark Souls 3 took long enough for me to beat.
I hear you're to thank for our new ties with
Before
Aya.
I actually beat it.
This is our
Because I'm not that good for Dark Souls, in a Dark
now
Souls
we
sense.
Just need to keep our people
I want to be able to play the
wrecking
game for
it,
6
no
months
matter how
before I
hard they
actually
try.
kind of thing. I want it to take a while before I can beat it.
Need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it.
But the thing was, I beat Dark
A
Souls 3
Solarian
in like
botanist
2
named
weeks.
Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops.
For me.
He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran
Yeah,
resistance had
I'm not,
threatened.
which is why I always liked playing it.
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could
See, I'm just
escalate
not
if
that
someone
great at the
doesn't look
Soulsborne
into
game,
it,
so I always like the
I
game
don't
to
have
be
the staff
extremely
to
difficult.
spare.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working
Yeah,
toward.
and those are the only ones that actually seem
Helios is
difficult.
the Angara's home.
Really, were the
They
ones that
dictate
you
the
didn't
terms
have to
of this
fight.
partnership, not us. We need them as allies.
Although
and they
I think
could
it was for
benefit from
Gundyr.
us.
I think
But
the
we have
Gundyr
to
one was
tread
hard
lightly.
because I was not expecting them to be
Show
that
them
much
we're not
different than the
invaders.
first one.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes
It's like I was
or
expecting him to be a
destroys the
harder
other.
Gundyr, but I was not expecting him to
We
throw
needed to
different
break
moves at me like that.
cycle.
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain
Both.
professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
Yeah, I know.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered. I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
Aside from Sorvis Len, is everything okay? Need anything else?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished, I didn't want to bother you,
So that's
but
basically what happens every time I
You
fight a
asked.
player, unfortunately.
I'll point you towards the candidates.
Downside of,
If you could
I mean,
convince
build
them to
classes very
transfer,
well.
I'd be grateful.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
Actually, sometimes I never did any damage. I was kind of bad at building classes.
Interesting.
I thought 25-25 was a good setup. For a while. Yeah.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am.
Glad you finally showed
You
up.
want difficulty?
Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
You can send messages, talk to them on the comm. We'll even arrange a visit.
You get it. All right. I'm in.
Easy enough for that one. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on over here?
Exaltation is just another word for how the Kett kill us.
And if you're wrong? If we've been killing for them without realizing it?
I saw a Kett up close when they attacked. It was nothing like our people.
The Kett weaponize their victims to make you hesitate.
And when the Kett begin to exalt your people, what will you do then?
Thank you for that. Insight, Pathfinder. The issue facing us is complex. Come, my friends. Deliberate with me.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
Ambassador Riala sent me to check on you. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a Kett. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dial it down. We're guests here.
Exactly. We shouldn't have to put up with this. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters. See if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime.
One game that actually turned out really hard for me to play
I've only ever studied my
was
own people.
Doom.
I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be
Doom
fascinating and possibly
in Ultra Nightmare
dangerous.
setting.
Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
When an imp is capable of kicking your ass with one charged fireball at full
They wouldn't
health.
let me on Aya if I was a walking petri dish, would they?
You aren't taking this seriously enough.
Especially when those fucking fireballs track you.
I can't go without their blessing. I'm sorry.
Crap. Not what I wanted. Load game. Yeah, let's go back to this one. I'm trying not to mess up.
Now I know how to beat him. I do look like that game because I could
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
We'll take every precaution, but entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you.
Alright, that one took a resave. Okay, I will exit here, turn, going that way.
Pathfinder, Ephra cleared you to purchase weapons. Over my objections.
Anything I buy will be used to fight Ket.
You fight our enemy, but you're not one of us. Remember that.
Ooh, nice.
By the way, last night Barbara got my shield up.
I don't need any of those. Don't need any of those. Nope.
The only thing that sucks is I cannot be used.
Melee damage with a shotgun. Okay. Alright. Now then.
I detect the infrared dye Silvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me.
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal. Time of change. It worked well. Until now.
You lost someone you cared about. Was it because of the Vassal?
That's one way to see it. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
He thinks you want him dead. Tell him what you just told me, and let's move on.
Thought I was clear the first time. Maybe his translator malfunctioned.
I'll talk to our ambassador. See if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
That worked.
No entering the med center until you're clean.
Yeah, not interested in that. What am I missing?
That'll be enough for me to jump back. Level it up enough. 5 to 10.
This guy.
Nope. Ow.
Okay, he's way back there. Okay, I can do that. So how is the viewers doing today?
Oh hey, there's a guy I'm playing against named Sunbro. There's this one guy I also met, his name was Blood Titanite. It's meant to be, yeah.